some really aggressive trades, and then when he hits Mega, maybe you can just Valk away. I really want to see if Thanatos can stomp with this. The problem, though, is if the Twisted Fate gets a little bit ahead, because he could like Vulcan has just never been in lane, but he hasn't made anything largely positive happen yet, and Tactical hasn't been heavily punished yet as he continues to pressure XU.
Okay, Vulcan does find a quick hookshot stun onto XU there, just trying to harass him as he takes his own men to the battlefield. See what they might be able to find here. XU tries to get over the wall, but a Realm Warp is coming in. XU has already used his escape mechanisms, gets kicked over the wall, however, so Blabber sends XU away. Both junglers survive with about 400 HP to speak of. Blabber with a flashback over the wall. Now Vulcan's in danger, Culling coming out. First blood over to Palafox, deals him a losing hand.
Got the first blood, he's in a good state in this game.
The sun is shining bright, but let's see if all 9 clouds roll in and try to blot it out here, as they do have control over this bot side river still. They're going to go ahead and start up the Drake. Ignar, XU, FBI, all approaching, not particularly swiftly. Loki's going to make his way over here on the rise now as well. Cozy Campfire already been used. Vulcan diving in here with a hook shot, tries to go in after FBI, who is kiting back, fighting back. Vulcan gets bursted down first. FBI still staying alive for now. Slowly burning away, but he stays alive, flashing out from Thanatos, but Loki ends up getting the kill. Now XU's going to be picked up. C9 have grabbed themselves a couple of kills, but they did lose Vulcan. It's a 2-1 trade going Cloud9's way, as Denethor gets a max range boomerang here with a tactical, looking to chase that Cloud9 AD carry down even further. Dignitas now stepping forward with Palafox and Ignar together. Palafox going to go ahead and complete his quest in the middle of the scuffle. Blabber down to 400 HP, trying to get himself away. Whoa. There's Denethor going in for the Mega Gnar into the wall up. A little bit more damage onto Thanatos. Ain't quite going to find him, and now Denethor's got to be careful. Palafox looking for the gold card, finds it onto Blabber. Wild cards fly out, and he finds another kill. Now Ignar's going to try to get away, but Tactical fires off a True Shot barrage that goes a little wide. Palafox is trapped in Rune Prison, and it's a life sentence. Loki goes
5 at that point, and he eventually falls.
Yep. Very, very good to grab the kill onto Lee. Otherwise, that feels kind of disastrous. Unfortunately, that extra 100 HP, feeling really good about a play and feeling like it was all right, I guess. Denethor now under pressure, 1 versus 3. How does he navigate these situations? Goes for the wall up onto the wave, but no, sir. Not enough damage just yet. Does get one back eventually, though. That turret heated up quick enough to make that one. The exception is the top lane, where Thanatos is a level and change above Denethor here with his Corki, as now danger in the bottom lane for Palafox is likely to be yet another kill. Yeah. It's another death for Vulcan, but he does not care. It's what you're talking about. I'm level 7, you're level 11.
So suddenly they're up like 2,000 gold because they were getting plates and turrets off of those dives as well. And suddenly they're in like a really good mid-game state.
Yeah, and this is 2,500 gold lead now with that turret that just got taken as you were making a 2,000 gold point. And remember, this is 20 still not taken. Pretty late timer overall, to be quite honest, as Denethor and Palafox are going to step up. Vulcan goes in, Denethor taken very low. He has no Narbar. XU's in the middle of everybody, but he just immediately dies. The Hextech ultimatum traps him inside as Thanatos makes his way forward, but is immediately stopped there with a gold card. C9 are going to get that objective as well as take XU off. And so once more, Dignitas are in the spot where it's like, okay, do we really want to fight for this? And the answer is probably no, as the bottom lane tier 1 also knocked down by Loki as he continues pushing forward.
Yeah, he's going to be completing his Seraphs soon as well. Actualizer will likely be item 3, so Loki's starting to take control of the side waves here. Dignitas, I think, has no business contesting this Drake, but Thanatos goes in.
Yeah, because remember, FBI had already used his flash earlier to force the flash at a tactical. You had mentioned it. So they see the opportunity. Thanatos goes in, tries to full send after FBI. That last rocket doesn't hit him, so FBI stays alive thanks to his barrier. But C9 continues trying to keep the pressure on Dignitas here. They're going to immediately summon up the Rift Herald in mid lane. The charge plus the extra damage from Ezreal alongside Lee Sin will get this thing very low. Might not be able to finish it off here entirely just yet, as XU is around to defend. Will go ahead and walk away, head towards
sacrificing his life over and over again. Ended up being very positive for them overall.
And I feel like that's something that we see a lot, particularly when we play against, okay, never mind, hold on, we don't have time for that. Loki getting dove on here. The burst of the Cloud9 mid laner is good. Shutdown credit over to XU as Dignitas make their move. They spring the trap. And
Vic, I feel like you're pressuring everyone a lot.
Vic is FBI right there, so XU trying to keep the team a little bit calm there. It was after a winning fight, but it was actually FBI who created that play in the first place. We'll have to track how well they play together for the rest of the game.
Yep. All right, I can see a world where maybe 1 in 100 times this works out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't really think it's the play, as Tactical eats a lot of damage there from the culling. Does have to use his flash to get away, but now Vulcan may be the sacrifice instead. No! C9 with a beautiful job, turning it right back around onto XU as the True Shot Barrage flies through, finds damage onto the amount of pick potential you have kind of skyrockets once you have the item, so that might be the opportunity that Dignitas is waiting on to start. They had their rapid fire cannon available.
Yep, and there's not really a tank on the side of C9, so whoever you gold card, as long as you don't hard commit.
And there it is, Flash gold card coming out. They're going after Tactical, but the follow-up damage isn't there. Vulcan's doing a great job body blocking, but no, Tactical does finally die. Vulcan going to be your next target now as XU flashes over the wall, keeping himself alive at the same time. Palafox does die on the Dignitas side. Denethor moving forward, goes in for Loki. Meganar with a wall of follow-up. That Seraph's Embrace isn't going to matter. The sweet embrace of the fountain is all that awaits the mid laner for C9. Dignitas, I said, is rapid fire cannon going to be what does it? And sure enough, it is. Palafox with the flash engage, the rest of the team ready to follow up. And
they're back to fight again.
Yeah, I think Baron's probably scary with XU being as low as he was and Blabber being there like you're saying. Denethor, though, also in a scary spot. About to go Mega. Needs a little bit more time. Wallop immediately into the Meganar, putting a lot of damage into Blabber, but as soon as Thanatos arrives, any hope dies. C9 finally
has that kind of natural. You can play Teemo up there. I know it feels kind of cheap, but it does kind of feel like an AD carry.
It's a ranged auto attack.
I mean, if you want to have an impact in the game as a top laner, the game generally has to be close, and then you can take over as Palafox gets hit.
Oh, yeah, Vulcan immediately diving in. The Twisted Fate is long gone. Nice engage coming out there from C9, but Dignitas want to get something back. Nice Cataclysm into the Meganar onto Loki. They take out the enemy mid laner, but now Vulcan's going to try to get himself away. FBI has been killed, and Dignitas is nothing but a graveyard. XU may have gotten a double kill, but he's lost every man that stood beside him. Thanatos, Tactical, and Blabber all still alive here on the map. Thanatos going to take the TP down into bottom lane to make a second point of pressure as Tactical pushes the tier 2 over in mid. C9 looking to take multiple objectives for this victory. There is 10 seconds on the clock until the Ocean Soul spawns.
See them trying to make the plan right there, and then Vulcan with the decisive engage, and it's such good timing for C9 on that, making the Dragon Soul uncontestable and really putting them in a position to win this game.
Yeah, the Ocean Soul for free just feels so strong too, especially because we've seen plenty of times where Palafox will go in, he'll get one of these gold cards, maybe they follow it up with a culling or something, they chunk somebody down by about half, maybe 2/3 of their health. That doesn't matter anymore now that you have the Ocean Soul, as Ignar is trapped inside the Hextech Ultimatum. Blabber goes in ready to follow it up. Loki's in the middle of everybody, and Loki dies again. This Rise positioning is not what C9 wants it to be. FBI and Dignitas doing a beautiful job fighting back as XU occupies Tactical off to the side. Loki's Rise has a death wish this game, and Dignitas are happy to grant it.
But on top of that, Thanatos also got CC locked, so 2 of the 3 main carries get blown up in this fight, and now Vulcan and Tactical are going to try and save this Baron by themselves.
They're trying to do it. XU has Guardian Angel, so even if they try to pop the Jarvan, that's not full loss of the smite for the Dignitas side. C9, no, they won't be able to do anything about this. A bit of a revitalization here, right? Like, this is a game that looked like it was all said and done, and now Dig have the Baron. They've got plus 1,300 gold in their Red Bull Baron power play. They've still got another minute and a half, a little bit more even, to utilize this control, this power over the map. And they're going to push up as a unit down here in the bottom lane. Palafox is the one split from everybody else. Realm Warp coming in. Loki trying to bring only Blabber this time. Blabber goes for the kick, finds it on the FBI. The Lucian staying alive for now. Vulcan tries to chase him down, but no, FBI goes on a rampage. The Realm Warps for C9 have been a disaster. Denethor goes in on top of everybody, and C9 may just die. All 5 are gone. Dignitas get the ace.
It's a 5 for 3, and they still have Baron. 33 seconds on Blabber's Lee Sin, 22 seconds on the Camille. I don't think they're going to be able to end. What a re-engage there by Denethor on Gnar to make this one happen. And Blabber is just way ahead of the team again.
Yeah, it's a Realm Warp. It looks like multiple C9 players are going to take the Realm Warp, go for the big engage, but only Blabber goes through.
Thought they're all dead.
0% win rate in 7 games.
Wowee.
Surprising, right?
Yeah, I would.
Less surprising while watching this game unfold, but surprising based off of what we'd expect.
XU over the wall just to make the Dragon a little bit angry, get him puking towards C9's direction. As there's your Twisted Fate ulti, Palafox. He sees C9, everybody all grouped up together. Another Realm Warp's coming in now. It's Blabber going into the back line. Thanatos just dies. These Realm Warps are terrible. Cloud9 have sent themselves into the maw of death time and time and time again. And their chances have finally run out. Dignitas with the punish. They wait for Cloud9 to give them the game, and they accept with arms wide open. Dig with the 5-man push towards the enemy Nexus. These Nexus turrets are not going to do anything to defend. Nobody will be able to help Blabber and Tactical hold on with this one. Dignitas are just padding their stats at this point. Blabber, he's got the Guardian Angel. He's trying to waste their time. He's not gonna succeed. Dig start this series 1-0.
I am flabbergasted by the ending of... And they really expected to... I think you expect to walk over Dignitas.
Yeah. That's the huge part for me, is because, you know, you're saying, it's just regular season or whatever. Remember, regular season were so engaged, I guess we'll call them, that he accidentally made the wrong purchases. Hold on, here in the bottom lane, we got Vulcan taking a little bit of damage, but he's leading the charge at the same time. As soon as Blabber shows up, FBI is troll food, and Blabber's taking the first blood. And it looks like we do have everything resolved. League Ops did confirm that Vulcan's mouse had a problem with it, but they were able to plug it in directly, and now it is working A-OK. So back to live. The other thing that we haven't really talked about yet that I always pay attention to whenever Sylas is in the game is what can Sylas steal? Because this champion's value is far different depending on what type of ultimates he has. Yeah. And I feel like Xin ultimate is normally very strong. Loki's got to try to get away here. Did steal away the perfect execution. Palafox goes in for the 5-point strike. I don't even have time. Good start here in the mid lane.
We're in a heat wave.
Palafox summer. Vulcan, quick damage onto FBI there, but Ignar tries to turn it right back around onto Tactical. Vulcan eating even more damage as he's caught in the very edge of the gravity field. Vulcan flashing away, staying safe for now. Tactical with the Mega Inferno Bomb unlocked, but XU's making his way down to the bottom lane here at the same time. Tactical grabs the kill. XU moving forward. FBI's got to be careful. Blabber is also here. XU with the flash over the wall. Wind becomes lightning as FBI continues his escape, but he's caught by Loki. Now XU wants to get all the way out. Blabber keeps chasing. Never mind. We're just going to smite that one down instead. Take it away. Leave and allow C9 to potentially take the other two. Nice crescent guard there. Going to protect him from the Mega Inferno Bomb coming out from Tactical as FBI tries to move forward here with the Arcane Storm, but XU's already been killed by Thanatos, who's made his way down into the fight. Denethor wants to try to heal up in the middle of everybody, but Palafox assassinates Tactical on the battery back end of things near the enemy chickens. Now Thanatos in a 1v3, but he's got backup coming in behind him. Denethor with the Q2 over the wall. Vulcan tries to get away. He's down to 50 HP, but Vulcan survives. Thanatos chases FBI as the stolen solar flare hits like an orbital laser, and Denethor is erased. C9 with a 5-3 kill advantage as Dignitas barely missed value. Definitely not a fun place to be for a champion that's got to be on the front lines. As Ignar with a Hex Splash forward. Not going to find anything here immediately as the Infernal Drake has already been secured by Blabber. Palafox in some danger, hiding in the smoke for now. XU's going to be targeted by that Trundle. Vulcan very low on HP as they try to fly in and grab a kill, but no, it's Palafox down already. XU's about to die second. C9's already got 2 kills, and they want to make it more. FBI trying to get himself away. Tactical still on the chase. Minefield losing about 40% health in the exchange. Ignar shows his face here on the top side brush. Loki's just going to go ahead and step back. XU also making his way up towards the top side. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Denethor going to be forced away yet again. Blabber, Thanatos. Ignar's also coming down. Thanatos goes in for the dive here with the public execution. Denethor low, and he cannot survive long enough now. FBI and Palafox both showing up here at the same time as Thanatos will die. Make it a 1-for-1 so far. Blabber trying to get himself away. Nautilus ulti for the defense means that Palafox has to retreat all the way back. So it's a 1-for-1 trade on kills. But C9 get multiple teleports out of Dignitas as well as taking the turret for themselves.
That's the big investment when you try and pull off one of those double TP plays. When 2 people teleport on the same target, even though there is a restart of the teleport animation, it's very hard to read. So you usually surprise people with it, but they still lose the turret, lose the 1-for-1. And now Loki trying to make something special happen.
Yeah, they want to make this play work, but the problem is right here, Loki is able to go in and grab the kill on Palafox. This is what I was seeing the entire time. He has the stolen perfect execution. Loki's still staying alive for now, too. Does finally get shut down by FBI. But you can see, even when Ignar initially went in, Palafox had to walk up into a river controlled by a Cloud9 that has Trundle and Ziggs. You get pillared, you get the entire Ziggs kit thrown at you. All of a sudden, the best thing you can do is hobble back to base, hoping you're still alive.
They might try and take the Herald in, but it seems ambitious.
Battle Herald summoned up. XU ready to drive it.
Turn.
Oh, and it just immediately hits a big old stinking traffic cone. Nice job there from C9 as Thanatos jumps into the back line, going for everybody. Potential flash away coming out from Vulcan, but a nice solar flare locks him up. It's already a 1-for-0 going the way of Dignitas, but they got to be careful. Ignar's going to be taken out here as Tactical tries to flash over the wall, but he does die. Loki under pressure. XU finding plenty of damage onto that one. Thanatos and Blabber still looking to fight here with the 2v3. Thanatos is low, but Denethor's not finding the damage he needs just yet. Q3 with the flash finds the sweet spot as FBI kites and fights Blabber, trying to get enough distance here with the power siphon. Denethor coming up, the World Ender. He gets the Q1, he gets the Q2, and he saves FBI. C9, they may have got every dragon from here on out, or it's Hextech Soul going over to C9, which, when we're already talking about melee compositions, melee heavy comps, constantly dealing with the slow from the Hex proc is obnoxious.
It would be a very difficult...
I agree, man. It is absolutely where it needs to be if Dignitas want to be able to bring this one back. C9 still up, 2,500 gold. Denethor is your target. Tries to get over the wall here with the Humble Dash, staying alive for now, but Loki jumps over and follows him. Denethor is already down. Dignitas trapped in a 4v5. Make it a 3v5 almost. No, not
but he does at least get the ashes to throw in there, so a little bit of extra dot power.
Immediately Vulcan going in for a big burst of damage. Palafox is dead! Oh, the soul fight is over before it even begins. Stolen solar flare coming out from Loki finds its way onto Ignar. C9 with a 5v4 man advantage. Denethor can't get anything off to the side. Palafox in the wrong place at the wrong time, immediately punished. C9 are loving this.
That's the worst thing that could happen. The reason they were able to win some of these other fights was Palafox getting access to Tactical. Just getting hooked and one-shot before this makes this Drake uncontestable.
That might just be the hero play of the game from Vulcan, grabbing Palafox right before the Hex Soul spawns. Now a 4,000 gold lead, plus the extra, at least that much value in combat power from the Soul itself. I know this.
They could win this game and break it. C9's streak was broken yesterday, or sorry, last week against TL. As Loki, he might just win this.
Yeah, Loki stays alive long enough with his drain tanking, and now he's got the backup coming in. A little bit more damage might be able to take him out, and yes, Dignitas at least secure the kill, but now they got to be careful because Thanatos is making his way down to the bottom lane as well. Vulcan right behind him. Denethor will be left to the Wolves as it ultimately settles with a 1-for-1 trade down here in the bot lane bloodbath brawl. As the mid lane tier 1 turret is removed. Baron is really where everybody's attention is at. Leandri's Torment is fully completed now for FBI on the Victor, but he is the only one on his team at a 3 full item power spike. Palafox still struggling a bit here on the perfect execution. Does not find a target thanks to the flash from Dignitas. Solar Flare only gets a slow. No stun to be found. Dredgeline lollipops and pulls Ignar back. Blabber takes a bite out of him. Now FBI's got to be careful. Depth charge onto the enemy carry, and he's already down. Blabber goes on a killing spree. Palafox into the back line, but he only dies. Dignitas is absolutely crushed. Ignar will be the only one to get away. XU loses his Guardian Angel for nothing, and with only Leona left alive with 35 seconds on the nearest respawning Dignitas player, the Elder Dragon is not required. C9's gonna march it down bot.
Beautiful patience by C9 in that fight, knowing that the Hex Soul poke from Ziggs was just going to be immaculate. They just whittled them down and engaged at the right timing. C9 is not going to get swept by Dignitas today.
C9's going to bring us to a third game, and for Dignitas, it's shades of week 1. A tough game 1 that they make the comeback in. Then in game number 2, they cannot keep up. It's C9 tying us up, taking us.
Completely agree. I kind of feel like C9 needs to snowball pretty early in this game. Otherwise, there's just a lot of control that comes out from Blabber. Just going to take bot crab off this pressure. Might consider a dive. This is a barriered Jhin.
This is
Trying to leave.
FBI all on his lonesome. Vulcan's got Blabber right behind him here. The Vault Breaker's already found the target. And FBI, he's not going to spend either one of the summoner spells. He knows he's dead. As Ignar, nice stop on the recall from Vulcan there. Trying to get something back, but now he could be in danger himself. Tactical keeps hopping and skipping forward. The Rend at least gets a target.
This is wild.
XU wants to jump in. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Tactical doing a good job making sure that Vulcan doesn't get grabbed by the Ishtal's impact. So Vulcan is still stuck in lane down here. XU is still hanging around nearby. Does have his rock ready to throw. Ignar steps forward. FBI eats half his health bar and damage from the turrets. Tactical goes in and Ignar goes down. Dignitas at least finally gets the kill back on a Vulcan as Tactical tries to stay alive against XU, who gets a double kill, but now he's going to die to the turret. Okay.
But a few mistakes and a few outplays on both sides.
Yeah, that was quite a crazy one. The biggest winner here is Tactical, who is up 700 gold over FBI now, as C9 will also take this chance. They are going for another early first Drake, just 5.5 minutes on the clock, and C9 will secure this one. Easy, breezy side.
Going for a return gank here.
Yep,
no flash.
Remember, Thanatos still without that summoner spell. He knows there's no way out of this one. XU just playing the patient game, and they even give the kill over to Denethor. Nice work from Dig.
Gonna want to get, but technically, Tactical's down the ultimate, and XU didn't spend anything, so we might see a scuffle here for these last two grubs.
Okay, grubs, C9 picking up one, Dig picking up one, Blabber versus XU here in the pit. Nice, using the ulti coming in from Renata. XU stays alive with the Impale, but only for a moment. Cloud9 taking the kill on the enemy jungler. And that means they will earn themselves control over the last grub here as well, going up 2-1 in that count as Loki slithers after Palafox. He's already forced a flash away from the Onivia. From the bottom side, walks right past the control ward, but Ignar also on the potential wraparound play. Tactical has both summoner spells available, ready to go here, does get stunned up. Vulcan doing a good job trying to block that deadly flourish. Tactical stays alive thanks to the bailout, and FBI, the gun's spinning, but C9's winning. Beautiful timing there from Vulcan.
Nice, guys.
Good shit. I want to go mid? Yeah, I'll go mid. Flash.
Great foresight from Vulcan, knowing how long, honestly. Very well played from the bottom lane duo of Cloud9. Happy to see it. And you know what? That's just going to earn them more control over the bottom half of the Rift. They will continue to run the show when it comes to neutral objectives. They will take Dragon number 2 with no contest. So they've won out 2 out of 3 grubs. They've got both of the early Drakes. There's still no Rift Herald to even speak of for another 4 minutes as Dignitas is looking to make a move up here from the top side. Thanatos is your target. Flash Frost follows the Impale for some chain CC, and Denethor goes in, committing the flash to guarantee they've got the damage to get the kill. Meanwhile, back over in mid lane, FBI will fall to a counterplay coming out from C9.
As long as Thanatos doesn't tilt, the team is in a good state, but he is getting heavily weak-sided this game. The map has been split against them. There were repeat ganks by Skarner early, then 4 people got sent to him, but while that was happening, his team killed the enemy AD carry, they killed bot lane, and they took mid plates. So C9 gets the advantage there, but Thanatos goes down once again.
Thanatos, your job this game, Thanatos is playing Helldivers. He airstrikes the team fight at the beginning, he's done. That's it. Everybody else, they're in the position to carry. Now Denethor's in a little bit of danger. Very nice Renata ulti flies through, hits 4 overall, but Tactical this time is not going to get bailed out. He didn't have the damage to kill off Denethor, so Dignitas gets a big punish. They'll pushing us. Our ambush on them would have gone crazy. But unfortunately for C9, they do end up getting a little bit punished there. However, they still do command that 2 Drake lead with a 2,000 gold icing on that cake as Denethor barely staying alive for now. Does get a good knock away, but the Twin Fangs ultimately find the kill. Dignitas now trying to fight out however they can. Ignar with a flash over the wall to stay alive, but XU won't be able to say the same. Even though he had that protoplasm harness, that's not going to matter. And now Vulcan will tank up the turret damage as Blabber goes on a killing spree. C9, 4,000 gold ahead. Chat to bring them back from the precipice of doom is Denethor. And C9 seems to be thinking the same thing, trying to make a play on that Jace, but now they've got to be careful. Reinforcements showing up from both sides here as Loki is going to see Ignar also jumping towards the fight. XU backing away now as Vulcan and Tactical are ready to join the mix. XU eating multiple Twin Fangs, again trying to disengage. Has to flash for the extra little bit of distance. Hostile takeover. Tax 2. XU and Palafox in danger as the Flame Spitter is cooking the Skarner and he will burn down. Thanatos gets the kill on that one as the curtain call opens up from FBI. Trying to find some valuable targets here. 4th shot going to get saved, but it only finds Vulcan caught on the wrong side of the crystal.
The 11 deaths. C9 has 11 kills.
That
changes
still,
the context.
That's still half of them, though.
It's still a lot of deaths.
It's definitely not the best game here from XU. in this third one of the series, but Dignitas still having control over the
Onivia
Drake right
control,
now. Blabber thinking about using the ball breaker to jump on in, but no, the Drake is already secured by XU. Dignitas got the objective and disengaged with no losses. They'll be happy.
I mean, that was really nice. Collect as much gold as possible with all the strong people. Like, if Thanatos can neutralize Denethor with how far behind Thanatos has been put in this game, it's actually even more than a 5K gold lead in the 4v4. It will be a 7K gold lead in those 4v4. Nice wall, though, by Palafox.
Good use of the Crystallize to make it so the Herald couldn't get all the way away. Loki does survive.
Like this could be huge.
Okay, Thanatos is teleported in. Blabber goes for the Vault Breaker. Flash onto Denethor. There's your Fed Jace. Blink and you'll miss it. He's gone. Thanatos taking that kill as Ignar will be the next to go. The only silver lining here for Dig is that at least it's 19:30 on the clock.
Really nice of them to give something back to Thanatos, as Thanatos is actually dead now.
Yeah, Dignitas just gave something back to Thanatos as Loki gets caught by the Impale, but there's no follow-up damage here from Palafox. His egg gets scrambled as Blabber's looking to burst him down. XU with the slam into the wall and the damage from FBI from downtown. Shut down as the fourth shot rains in. That's 3 dead on C9. Dignitas didn't lose a man. Now they got 5v3. Only Vulcan
there, and C9 has to stop. Now Dignitas has mid-prio. Let's see how well they can control these zones with Palafox's Onivia. If he can just stop them from walking in or get a pick. Oh, he gets hit!
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on Palafox, and he's already dead. Now XU's about to follow. Dignitas, right when it looked like they were in a decent spot, it all goes to hell, and the fire is hot. Dignitas lose 4.
Remember when I said a lot of times the mid laner can know how to play Onivia, but the team needs to play around it? This is one of those. You don't need to do this. They can just play in the river, prevent them from walking in. He doesn't have.
But the thing is, when you pull that thing back, eventually the rock goes flying the other direction, and now Palafox, the handshake just brings him into his own doom. Denethor, he flashes, he escapes, but with Palafox already dead, C9 once more has the green light. Just like you said, Jat, when the you can't engage champ is dead, guess what you can do? You
Kill
can
them
engage.
All. They all dead.
And XU is going to be a very scorpion-shaped pincushion right about now. Tactical gets the kill on that one. So C9 still with Baron, pushing up even further. Yeah, Vulcan's low. He will not die to that shock blast as Blabber goes all the way in with a cease and desist. Denethor dies, FBI follows, Petrifying Gaze isn't even needed. Now, yeah, you're going to have Palafox alive here in 10 seconds. You're going to have Ignar right beside him, but neither one of them will be able to punish Loki, who with his accelerated empowered recall just goes ahead, heads on back to base. Tactical's going to take the bottom lane tier 2 turret. It's a 10,000 gold lead for C9.
He's snowballed. He's got the full build Callista right there, Static Shiv, Ginsu's, and then the tankiness, Jack Show. So he is flying through these team fights. Blabber just full sending it, and Loki having his best game of the series. That was an insane dive they pulled off at the end there. You can tell they're brimming with confidence. Even after some missteps, they had some of those missteps in the top lane, but they're back on track now.
It's as XU has to continue his retreat here. Yeah, he's got Kanik Rooker and he's got Protoplasm Harness, but he doesn't have much of a chance if C9 Focus fires him as they continue their push forward. QSS purchased for Tactical on the Callista alongside that Jack Show you already mentioned. Just makes him so damn hard to kill. As now C9 going all the way in. Blabber deep into the back line there with the cease and desist as Palafox brings Blabber into a compromised spot, but the rest of C9 is so strong they will just force their way into the enemy base. The curtain call may have opened up, but it's not finding much of a target here. Fourth shot being saved all the way to the end. Yes, it hits Loki, but it's not going to threaten anything lethal as C9 force their way through the top lane. They'll find that top inhibitor first and back themselves away right after, not losing a single man.
One inhibitor down. Vulcan's had a great Renata game as well, I gotta say. If we think back, for leader in all-time LCS assists. So that's probably going to happen this split if he keeps it up.
Well, Blabber's immediately leading the charge here. However, he may have gone a little bit too far. Resurrection will come through as the Guardian Angel is required. Everybody on Dignitas just camping the corpse, making sure that Blabber can't get out. And right there, let's see, C9, they're on the Baron. Got it down to about half. Remember, they got Callista. There's no world where XU should be able to steal this away as long as Tactical and Blabber are coordinated. Curtain call opens up. FBI shooting a couple shots over the wall. Baron secured by Tactical and C9. XU is stuck in the pit for now. We'll take a little bit of damage, but Blabber being low with no Guardian Angel, he doesn't want to overcommit onto just a Skarner. The Dragon is going to spawn here in about 10 seconds. That is Mountain Soul. Meanwhile, the Wrecking Crew is doing some home renovations up in the top lane, and Dignitas didn't sign off on it. Those turrets are under a lot of pressure here at the Nexus, and it's FBI takes the recall. That means Dignitas are not interested in contesting the Mountain Soul, so that goes over to C9 for free.
He just can't make it. Denethor landed some good poke, but everyone on Dignitas had to reset, so C9 gets to get everything. Baron plus Soul.
From ahead, this can make Tactical very difficult to deal with. C9, they've already got that inhibitor down there in the top side. It's going to respawn in about 10 seconds. But the problem for Dig is, as soon as the top lane inhibitor respawns, the mid lane inhibitor is going to die, and then C9 might just walk it up to top side. The Dignitas to take out the last remaining inhibitor turret if that's what they want to do, but the Nexus turrets are already even lower. Tactical going to be focused here early on, but he hops right back over the crystallized wall. First Nexus turret already dead. Second one barely hanging on. Vulcan here on the front line. Vulcan mostly unperturbed as Dignitas continue to scramble, but they're not finding anything. Ignar wanted to make a move, but the Twin Fangs kill him off. XU gets a slam into the turret, ruins onto Loki. XU hanging on for now, but Dignitas' carries are already down. Denethor knocked over, and there's nothing left for FBI and XU. A double kill for Blabber. C9's gonna clean it up nice and easy. 28-11, 16,000 gold lead. C9 takes down Dig for a
likely gonna have to, get a lead early-ish on, 1-2 items. It feels like a pretty important part of the game, because I feel like with these mages, when you get to 3 items plus, they're probably both gonna have a zone.
Yeah, smart from Cryogen there. He stays on the wall and waits for the Justice Bud flash.
Flash taunt. They're going to try to follow it up here. Quad going to flash away, though, from Kryra. Call Me. He doesn't have the damage to finish him off, and Call Me's going to get taken down for first blood. Griffin makes him in, and Gakkos did not spend his ult, did not spend his flash, so now Surdy's in a bit of a difficult spot with the wave pushing away from him. Cryogen has waited this whole time. Hookshot, flash, ult is popped there by Gakkos, gets one knockup, but Surdy's got a lot of dashes, but not quite enough as the Q3 flash comes down from Gakkos, grabbing him a kill.
I say the only, positive thing about these supports in their permanent roams is that people have started to hate junglers less. Now, though, Griffin under attack.
Griffin going to be able to go unstoppable there, but here comes the cease and desist to follow it up. Looks like he has got nowhere to go. The double taunt landing onto Quad. They don't have the damage to finish him off, but they do get a kill back onto Griffin.
Because Dragon is still available, so worrying about trying to make the cross map. Lions is under attack. The satchel is good.
Yeah, really good satchel. The ulti comes out from Shyvana. Lions flashes, but Griffin flash follows. They're going to be able to get the kill. And Kryra now, seeing that, interrupts the recall here from Gakkos, but he's going to pop the World Ender and just try to fight his way through Kryra. Lands a good knockup, and that is going to be enough to push Kryra back. Well played there by Gakkos to survive on the other side. Surdy trying to get in here. We'll see if he actually finds him. He will, but now Cryogen has arrived, and the recall was finished from Vi. So Surdy tries to be the hero here, stopping the recall, trying to get more from that play. Ends up dying as Masu and Cryogen show up. They lose out on both sides.
Oh, it is all falling apart.
Has been constantly pressuring, has been everywhere across the map, and has really made Surdy's life a bit of a nightmare up here on that top side. But now they're going to try to set up a dive here onto Quad. They're going in. The hero's entrance to follow it up. Quad is just getting CC'd 100-0, but Kryra had no way out. Spent the Vault Breaker, didn't want to use the flash, and now in comes Griffin. Call Me going to have to try to back it up, but Lions arrives. Taunt's going to go wide to Jed, pushing in the wave. We'll see if they want to set up the redive, but they're not confident.
Enabling these melee carries, whether it's the Shyvana or the Aatrox.
Oh, Masu going to get ulted on, but he's flashing back out of the tower. The killer instinct comes in. They're trying to take him Masu, and they do take him out. Kryra gets a stand united, but it's going to be traded back regardless. Cryogen locking him under the tower.
I'm excited for that one. Excited for this one right now, though, because Cryogen just dodges out the taunt from Lion.
Yeah, nicely dodged out. Lions loses half his health, but Kryra still looking to start up the fight, and there's the public execution coming in, and the shutdown actually goes to the Kaisa. Griffin and Quad are out to safety. Didn't actually grab it, but then the taunt comes in onto Masu, so Jed flashes forward, but I don't know what that flash was. He got nothing at all. Griffin, though, going to be cut off in the Jungle here taken down as Kryra gets another kill. Quad picks up the eye. Kryra is running. Sajet is going to fall to Cryogen here. Quad is slowly taking down Kryra as DSG are just losing people. Pings over onto the Dragon as FlyQuest will just back this one up.
Whew, crazy sequence that we had there with the yoink from Griffin, and then with the flash play from Galio, and Sajet committing his flash there, which both got nullified for Masu's satchel charge. Now he's okay. Now he's dead.
And there we go. If you don't succeed, try again. They go back, they get the kill, and Griffin trying to burst down the Dragon will be able to secure it. So second Dragon goes their way. Masu does fall again. Quad, though, has the Seekers already. Cryogen going to go in. The Shockwave is there to follow it up. And that is an easy kill, but now Kryra arrives. Call Me is here too. Cryogen slated to fall. The two-man taunt across both these members from FlyQuest, and in comes a Jed. Quad just gets deleted. Can't even pop the Seekers. It's a double. Four melee champions trying to fight through a very strong Aatrox. Quad did have the Seekers, maybe made the judgment that he was just going to die anyway, so held on to it.
This tower is fake defense.
Yeah, Surdy knows it. He's just going to run on out as all that crystalline overgrowth. One auto is going to take it down. Surdy, though, staying safe for now.
Okay, so just a collection. Are they going to trap them on the outside, though? Teleport being used. Orianna has to run for her life.
Yeah, Quad is going to try to make a run for it. There comes the public execution. Flash is forced. Griffin in the area. Are they going to use the stasis? Not just now. In comes the hero's entrance. There is that stasis. Teleport coming in as well. The taunt onto Quad. He's going to get burst down, but Gakko's arrives. So does Masu. The AoE damage big, and DSG trying to cut it out, trying to deny the resets here from Gakko's, but Gakko desperately wants one, trying to finish them off. He's going to get the resets, and you hear that sound. You know the fight might be over, but Sajed is fighting as hard as he can, trying to push him back. It's Griffin with a triple, though, as they barely got the
W. And then Masu's damage is enough to start to get some of these resets. Griffin there with the triple kill. He was able to finish off the Shen and tear them up.
They're just trying to rush the Baron here. Teleports are coming in, so they're clearly aware of this right now. Lions has spotted it. FlyQuest pulled back. They're going to try to turn onto Kryra. He's just hit by the Hextech ultimatum. He's ignited. He's turning, though, onto Cryogen, who tries to flash out, but he flashes right into the waiting arms of the Kaisa. And now Call Me going through the Hex gates here. DSG want to try to get more, but FlyQuest should be able to disengage.
FlyQuest lost their coordination here, really scrambling off of this fight. They called him to peel off of Baron and look for the pick on the enemy jungle, but the Camille is so far ahead.
Quad in trouble. Here comes the cease and desist. Sajed there trying to follow it up, but doesn't have the ulti. And Kryra finds out in the hurry that Sajed cannot follow up. No killer instinct. Gakko's now popping the World Ender, chasing down Lions. He's going to be dead as well. He's got no energy. Even if he had the Shadow Dash, he couldn't use it. FlyQuest make a mistake, but then make up for it with a couple kills here, as Quad didn't even need the Zonias.
I mean, it's hype, right? We've got divers on multiple sides, and both sides, the dive goes very far without the follow-up, and in the end, with the second mistake here, with the enemy jungle going down, there's no way that DSG can steal the Baron, but can they? Nope.
Call Me flashing, decides to try to go back in. I don't know if he has a way out. Stand United comes through. He procs the Storm Raider Surge, is creating a little bit of space here. Surdy still on the side, trying to find an angle. There comes that public execution. The taunt flashes in on the Masu, but they don't have the damage to finish him. Sajed, though, doing a lot here in this fight. Needs to try to get into the back line. Doesn't have the killer instinct available because he hadn't hit any plasma until just then. He's not going to be able to jump in onto Griffin. So at the end of the day, they do get that one kill. They'll rush over and try to grab the Dragon for a bounty there. Maybe try to get a double bounty with a mid lane tower. That could be a nice little slingshot of gold.
It's really going to be very nice for them. Chop this gold lead down significantly with these quick back-to-back bounties and with getting the kill onto Quad. Very significant. He was low
Hater
on
of
mana.
Gluttonous Greaves. I just think in Pro you don't get enough stacks, but Sajed has 7 stacks already. So this is actually paying off for him quite a bit because it has been quite a bloody game. He's been involved in a lot. And when you do get that fully stacked, it is quite impactful here for him. And he is on 3 items, is getting very, very strong. But as you said, he's the only one with the gold lead. And he's going to have to play really well as they're looking for a pick now onto Gakko's. Pops the World Ender, but he is getting CC'd up. And he is getting locked down, knocked down. That's 1K in Surdy's pockets. Available. There is still just that one Zonias for Quad. As Griffin going in for the Death Stance Shojin, very, very tanky on this champion. And generally just more effective to build tanky items instead of the GA, but they're going to be looking here for Calmy. Calmy's going to try to turn around with the teleport. The taunt coming through. There's the Dragon's Descent as Quad gets put low. In comes Surdy. He gets locked up, but in comes the Hero's Entrance. He's just deleted in a hurry, and the two-man shockwave there as Calmy punches back forward, lands a taunt, but no one can follow up. Gakkos gets the reset. Sajed has got to run. Cryogen flashing forward. Sajed flashes out. Lions goes back in, but there's no one there with them. It's going to be another kill going the way of FlyQuest, as Kryra going to be having to be careful here. At the very least, there's no major objective for them to grab, but they're marching on the base.
FlyQuest take the initiative. They decide we're going to make the pick ourselves. They do it in the top lane, and that might be enough to get inside the base. Could they look for a hard push here? 17 seconds on Surdy, 20 seconds on Calmy.
They are going to be able to grab the inhib. Kryra trying to position to see if there's an angle
Teleport.
to
They're already
punish here.
pinging
Spotted
for
by Lions on the side, but Lions has to use that Shadow Dash defensively. Griffin spent the Dragon's Descent just to try to burst down this Baron. Cryogen looking on the side. Kryra going to jump in onto him. Kryra just trying to focus down this support, but the Baron is getting pretty low. They're going to turn on to Griffin. Gakkos pops the World Ender, and it's a Jet incredibly low. Burst low, but does survive. Griffin maybe going to fall. He's burning down. He's shut down there by Calmy, but a couple kills going the other way as well. Both junglers have fallen. Cryogen has fallen. It's a one-man advantage here, and Calmy is getting into the backline, trying to make something happen here. Surdy focusing down Gakkos. Masu is incredibly low. There's the Stand United there for Sajed on the side is Calmy, trying to finish him off, but just does not have the damage. Quad trying to do something, but he's got no mana. Goes into the Zhonya's. Masu on 1 HP, surviving for now. Quad falls. The Hero's Entrance coming back down. Gakkos gonna get knocked up. Do they have the taunt? They do not just yet. Sajed goes into the Zhonya's himself. He's surviving still again. He is not dead, but their base is dying. Masu trying to stop some of the recalls here. Gonna get spotted there on the side by Calmy, and he will be running for it. Calmy looking for him. Goes over the wall, and again, Masu survives with almost no HP. This game is just on
to Gakkos. That's still 25 seconds on the revival of the Aatrox, and that fight might have won them the Baron, and it's going to be FlyQuest taking the compensation Dragon instead.
Well, this is crazy. They're going to be able to grab the Dragon. This will move FlyQuest, though, to Soul Point here. Hextech Soul will be available for them. The Baron did not work out for FlyQuest last time, so we'll see if it does better for DSG. As FlyQuest 1 away from getting that, and he's now on 10 stacks of that Glennis Greaves, and Lions now has the locket as well. Kryra going to get spotted here, but the team is coming in to try to back him back up, and they are going in on Cryogen. Cryogen is dead in a hurry. Kryra put a little bit low. They're going to try to kite out Gakkos' World Ender. Kryra does get interrupted, but they do kite it out. Don't think Griffin is going to want to send it from this angle, so it is just that one kill. And the leads are evaporating for the most part here for FlyQuest. It is Cryogen with a massive lead, and it is Griffin with a very big lead. But that is Griffin's at the end of the day. Their last fight. Does have the death cap now, and here they go. Kryra gonna make Masu regret this. As there's a teleport, there's a Stand United, there is everything sent, and they do kill off Masu, but there's no big objectives up right now, so it's just going to be trying to take towers.
And this is what we were just saying. He has to rotate down to the bottom side, but then he pushes out on bottom side, and he doesn't give respect to the move from DSG, who had just taken over the map, gone through mid lane, go all the way down to bottom lane. It's a great combo from Lions and Kryra to pick off the upgraded Medjai Ziggs, whose stacks drop, and now
Surdy trying to kite it back. Big shockwave. Multi-man fear comes in with their Dragon's Descent, but they are turning on Griffin, and Griffin is not tanky enough. There's the killer instinct. Cryogen just came back, and Cryogen is dead again. DSG cracking the base open. 3 kills going their way, and they are posturing to try to end the game right now. There is no shockwave. Gakkos has ult. Masu is going to be up here in 6 seconds. Gakkos now pops the World Ender, trying to buy some time. Masu will be given that time to respond. The poke, though, from the Ziggs. I think they just need to turn on the Dragon here, as Griffin isn't in the area, but they were seeing if they could get something more.
Yeah, I think they've won the Dragon with their burst that they had onto Griffin, but would love to get a chase down kill. It's going to make the call, give it up. Gakkos is recalling back to base.
They are walking over now, though, and now they should surely know that they are on the Baron, but it is definitely way too late. As that got a little bit dangerous. As that was
so he gets it. Nice combo from him. He has the 1400 smite plus an auto attack here with an E, and able to burst it.
Not even close.
Not even close.
14-5, 14-25, got it, easy peasy. And there is the Magi's now picked up here for Call Me. His last item upgraded as they are looking really dangerous at this point in the game. Got to find a way to somehow avoid the dive and deal with Sajed, who is tearing through their frontline waves. But Masu doing a good job with the wave clear, and his poke is still incredibly threatening.
Certainly is, and the pressure is not going to relent here. Baron empowered minions, the siege continues, so the base of FlyQuest will continue to crumble. 40 seconds left on the Baron here as well. Call Me going in for a little bit of a chunk.
Yeah, Sajed having to be a bit careful. Barely avoids the Infernal Chains. As Surdy now pushing in through the top, trying to pressure Quad a little bit. Takes a couple tower shots for his trouble. And Cryogen's going in. They're going to try to turn it around onto him. Stand United coming through. Heroes enters as well. All the counter engage arrives. Here comes the cavalry. It's a shutdown for Griffin. But the rest of the DSG members can't even get involved. Kryra has got to run. Krymi has got to run. He's going to try to turn around with a big taunt, though. Can't quite finish off Cryogen. And they're looking at the base right now as Sajed is pushing forward. He's going to Hexgate back out. They thought they had
more effectively, but still looking for that play. They did trade teleports with the Orianna as well.
Oh, Lions goes in with the taunt flash, but Masu is there to answer. He flashes out the taunt across multiple members. Sajed has got to get involved here. Dragon's Descent coming forward. There's full sending onto Sajed. Surdy in the backline fighting against Quad. Sajed standing, Sajed fighting. He takes down Cryogen, but now he's in the middle of the team. He's looking with a flash forward, but it's not going to get him anything. Trying to heal back up, but he cannot survive.
Can they win?
And it looks like they might just be able to. They're going to try to TP and end through bot. Double teleport coming in there as Call Me is the only one up here, but that is a big wave, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything about it.
Yep, they've got Ziggs, the Demolitionist. This tower is gone. This base is done, and the game should be won by FlyQuest.
Call Me trying his best to stay alive, to try to clear out the wave. Griffin pushing him back. Quad flashes forward, but it's Masu and Gatkos with their eyes on the tower. They knock him down. They take the Nexus, and they take game one. But sometimes when like an entire team is doing it, it can actually work if they're talented enough, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like your jungler can't be everywhere. And sometimes teams do play too respectful almost, where everyone's like, oh, the basing, which is always going to feel really nice. As Lions going in, there's the cleanse. Lions is incredibly low already, and he's just going to get knocked down. First blood already, and Sajed looking like he's going to die as well. It is a 2v2 double kill is down here, and they're trying to reset the wave, and Sajed is going to get the bad news. Flash is out, but there's the flash follow. There's the magical journey, and he is going right back to hell. Knocked down there by Cryogen, and the wave is still... Yeah, Cryogen has spotted Kryra. Lions and Sajed are here. In comes the Pantheon. Going to get stunned up. Kryra put low. They're trying to burst down the jungler. Masu takes him out, steals that red buff. They get the dragon as well. As Lions and Sajed are sent running. Call Me going to get trained down and knocked down there by the Pantheon. It's 5-0, 3K lead. We are back to live as Cryogen's looking topside. Surdy does not have his flash, but trying to get into Mega, stunned up there. And Masu with the True Shot Barrage has the damage to knock him down. Griffin was predicting he was going to step back, but he's going to get stunned up, and Surdy's got nowhere to go. Trying to buy some time. The heal comes through there from Lions, but he goes down anyway, and Sajed gets hit by the Petrifying Gaze, chased down by Quad. The barrier is there, but it is not nearly enough. Cryogen arrives. Lions with the sidestep, but they are just tanking up the tower and knocking him down too. 9-0, 5K gold lead. 12. More kind of spooky. Would that make you more nervous playing against your homies? Because I always feel like if you're playing against your friends, you really want to impress, you want to look good.
I mean, a little bit, you know.
Wow, bot side. Quad knows that he is weak-sided right now while they are doing Rift Herald, so he's positioning very safely, very respectfully, as they don't have vision through their own jungle. Waits out the timer here, and now that Bard is coming down to shadow him. Now he can move in for the extra experience. It's a cannon wave, so he only lost one melee.
Yeah, Call Me having to retreat. Should probably be okay there with the tower around, but nice sidestep there on the Bard ult. Does get stunned up. In comes Kryra. The Pantheon ult arriving. Call Me trying to run. There's a kickback under the tower. Lions is here as well. Griffin in trouble. Flashes over the wall. Stays alive, but does finally get shut down there by Kryra, who has to flash away from Quad. Quad on the Cassio looking for more, but it looks like it will just be a 1-for-1 at the end of the day.
And during that time, it looks like Masu the Ezreal has gone to bully out the Corki, so mid lane's going to be wide open. They did get the 1-for-1 but the towers look like 2 for 0 here for FlyQuest, the pressure taking over.
So DSG, remember, at the end of the year, is going to have to play in the promo tourney. And you actually played against them last year in the promo tourney as well. So how do you boost the move speed? Cryogen here as well. Looks like we'll be okay for now. Lion's going to have to flash out. Cryer going in. The teleport's going to come in as well. But Lions is already dead, and the teleport's going to arrive onto the miasma. Surdy has got to run for it. 5 members here from FlyQuest.
I love the call here from FlyQuest, from Griffin. He's got this turbo-fed Ezreal, so he just runs mid lane, uses the E for the speed boost just to make an engage, make a fight happen around Ezreal, and good things are going to happen when they do that. They also get the objectives afterwards as they're able to, you know, lock up Lion. This support, I mean, this Leona is looking very, very squishy with how far their bottom lane has been behind, and FlyQuest with a nice little pick to progress the game even further.
Yeah, Cryer takes that in, but he is just going to die in a hurry. He was there.
Maybe you could give it a chance after that, but after like a dragon or like maybe 5 more deaths after that, it's like really like you don't see the win con like objectively. It's really hard. Like.
Gonna be tough, and I mean they are on soul point now as well. You see 4 people in a row go in with 1K bounties, you know, just running it down. As Calmy in some trouble, getting stunned under the tower. True Shot Barrage does not quite connect. The Aegis Assault is gonna do the damage. Trying to find some sort of an angle, but haven't really been able to find anything whatsoever.
I did kind of like the tactical podcast where we can start talking about the league as a whole, unless somebody dies here.
We're going to see a couple people die, I think. Sejet is going to be the first one as Masu goes unstoppable. Lions looking like he is next to fall. Lions is going to fall down. There's Gakkos arriving. Flashes forward. Tempered Fate going to get flashed away there by Calmy. Will survive to tell the tale. But it is 2 more kills going to Masu. And it is Baron on the table. Cryer going to land the kickback. There's the scatter, but they have no damage whatsoever. Mikhails lands. The Magical Journey gets him out to safety. In comes Griffin flashing forward. Takes down Calmy. Scooping to the wall there by Surdy. But do they have the damage to get the kill? The Aegis Assault says no. True Shot Barrage will go wide onto Cryer as Lions has respawned. Surdy trying TL and Lion. And then we got a couple medium dogs. You know?
Yeah, you're in there. You're a medium dog.
Okay. I mean, I'm hoping it'd be Cloud9, Fly.
Yeah.
You know, we got some work to do. Our games weren't the cleanest here, but we see Cryo going on a big flank.
Yep, Lion's probably going to die here. Scatter hits across multiple people there. Surdy charging up the Narbar. We'll see if he can find an angle. Cryer is behind him, but I don't think they care. Masu shifts on his face. Going to get kicked back into the team. There's the Tempered Fate landing in onto the Syndra. The Equalizer comes down, and FlyQuest are just charging in. Masu maybe has gone too far. Finally shut down, but it's a 5-for-1 as FlyQuest get a triple onto Quan and are going to take the soul as well.
Yeah, it's the meme. Huge kill, huge shutdown to cut the gold lead down to checks notes. 11 points. Set it up, but Quad still had flash anyway too, and there's no follow-up damage there.
So back to the tier list. So break it out for us.
Dogs.
So we got and the dogs.
Okay.
Oh, I locked
Holy, he just screamed it.
Oh.
Okay, go Drake first. Go Drake first.
I think we can go both.
It's like a medium.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Perfect.
okay. What about like Shopify? Anyone else? You know, in the hunt up there, or just a bunch of Chihuahuas?
I think Shopify could be solid sometimes. I think if they're on their game, they could
got some bite.
I think they could be on the same medium as Sentinels.
Okay, so that's pretty close.
Yep. Shout out to Zazel, my go as well.
Yep, Zazel doing well. Masu going to get engaged on, does not care at all. The Tempered Fate going to connect across 2. Can he find the binding as well? Doesn't even need it as they're just getting deleted in the base. 3-man scatter buys a little bit of time there from Calmy as Surdy with a massive Mega Gnar into the wall, stuns up 4, but it doesn't even get them a kill. Quad chasing down Calmy, trying to take him out. Won't quite be able to do it. It's just 2 more kills, though, as FlyQuest have cracked the base here. 27 minutes in. They're looking to maybe just end it.
Yeah, I mean, the first game was close at many points. The second game was really not close at any point, as FlyQuest will finish up with 2 inhibitors already here at 27 minutes, and the gold lead ever increasing.
It's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, obviously 3 slots for Worlds, that's everyone's goal. And we'll see if Masu's in a little bit of trouble. He is going to be able to shift away. The Equalizer there to peel. Masu down about half HP. In comes the TP from Surdy. Griffin is behind them, and Cryer is in trouble. Surdy about to mega out, but he is just getting knocked down so quickly. Flashing over, trying to get the knockdown. They TP out to safety. As you know what, I respect it. You know, may as well just get out there, protect the KDA a little bit. Temper Fate
no,
going to connect
him too.
onto Lions. He is dead as well. 26-2. 28 minutes in. This one has never been close.
It certainly has not. All FlyQuest, all game 2.
Yeah, looking like this is all she wrote for this one, as FlyQuest should be able to take the clean sweep here. Calmy and Sajed going to do their best to try to hold the line here as FlyQuest push forward, not afraid whatsoever. Magical Journey over into the base. There's the GA procced, but it's not going to matter. Calmy going to get taken down in the fountain. It's a double for Masu, 11, 1, and 9. Bot lane domination from FlyQuest as they will sweep DSG.
Thank you, Tactical, for a hard day's work here.
Of course.
We're going to have to bring...